Hello and welcome to this Pick a Pal reading. So today we're going to do a past life reading, and it's really interesting sometimes when we connect with our past lives and the things we've been through and all the experiences we've had to lead this life now. And as interesting as it is to connect with past lives and work out the energies and understand our lives better, the angels are very clear that the life that we are living is the most important one we're in now. And we bring everything we need to bring from those previous lifetimes into this life to live our best life. But we're still going to check in today and just have a bit of fun and see what we did in the past and why and what it all means. So we're going to use the Past Life Oracle cards. This is an amazing deck. So let's get a message from the past. So thank you, angels. Can we please connect with past lives? Archangel Jeremiah, thank you. He's the one who connects us with our lives and guides us on our way. What do we need to know? Thank you, Archangel Jeremiah. What do we need to know, please? Connect you with past lives. What do we need to know? Wow, okay. Here we go. Wow. So I've got 3 cards and 3 piles. Now, I'm going to read these intuitively, but I'm also going to bring the guidebook in if I need to. So 1, 2, and 3. So to make it a bit easier for you guys to pick your pile, I'm going to use crystals. So I'm going to use this one for pile 1, this one for pile 2, and this one for pile 3. Wow. So when you're ready, pick your pile 1, 2, and 3. And it will be time-stamped in the description box below. Okay, let's do this then. So pile number 1. The message is authority figures. Wow. So you may have been an authority figure in the past. Now this is really interesting because as a twin flame, as a divine feminine on our journey, what do we learn? We learn to let go of control. And what do authority figures have? Control. So that makes perfect sense for your journey. And this is someone who maybe was a judge, banged down the hammer, maybe laid the law down a little bit. So this could be someone in government, it could be a judge, it could be a leader in some way, some form of authority figure that you were. So you were a leader, and you're a leader in this life too. We bring the parts of our past life into this life for a reason. So you've brought those leadership skills and qualities from that life into this life to lead and live your best life. So you are a leader and a pioneer of truth. But I feel this is definitely why you may be learning in this life to let go of control, because you did control things in a past life. So that may resonate with you. So sit with that message. They're giving me fear. And you're also releasing fear around this too. So yeah, a lot of fear there. So the message says, in your previous and your current lifetime, so in this lifetime too, remember you are a leader, you are an authority figure because you lead and guide and show the way. You followed rules that were set down by authority figures such as parents and teachers. So this is saying that, you followed rules as well, and you're also being guided to break free from the rules, to break free from what society says you should do or what your family say you should do. But definitely I feel in the past that you were an authority figure, but in this life you may also be breaking free from what people say you should do. So in a way you're a rebel in your life or in society. People may look at you and think, wow, she doesn't follow the rules, or she doesn't listen to what people say, or he doesn't do what he should do. And that's because you're doing what you should do for you and not following the crowd. Says you may have also encountered intimidating or even cruel authority figures in the past. So maybe someone was nasty to you in some way. This could also be like a member of, police, or, someone who has been given an authority figure role. Perhaps you found yourself in the presence of those who were power hungry or abusive. So this could also be in a relationship. You may have been in a very abusive or narcissistic relationship. And I'm not talking about your twin flame journey. I'm talking about maybe something that happened in childhood, or, when you were growing up, or you saw that type of situation going on with your parents, or maybe you were in a very abusive marriage or relationship before you realised you're a twin flame. These situations can lead you to fear authority figures and succumb to their will in the present. It says, while it's normal to sometimes be intimidated by powerful individuals, fearing authority figures can lead to unhealthy passivity. For example, you may feel pressured to how to follow another's rules without standing up for your rights. Or you may develop conflict phobia, in which you negate your own needs in order to avoid arguments and disharmony. So again, that's another thing we learn as a twin. We keep doing things because we don't want to rock the boat, or we don't want to create a separation, or we want to keep things flowing nicely, whereas disruption happens to help us to grow. And this can be trying to stay away from separation. And I've been there too. Where I was trying to avoid it as much as possible, and then it came in anyway for my own growth and learning. In some cases, this can lead to a form of depression called learned helplessness, in which you don't even try to improve your life. So this is also you learning to improve your life and helping others to do the same. So what I'm feeling with this is everything you're learning in this lifetime is helping you to have a more positive outlook, to realise that you have the power to change your life, but you also don't need to control your life so much, because you can hand that power over to the angels and your guides and trust the universe, who always has your back. To heal this situation, fill yourself with self-love and self-esteem, and see yourself as being whole and healed. Oftentimes, just remembering past life details will lead to clearing and healing. So it may be very healing for you to know that this is why you may have control issues in this life. And maybe you don't think you've got them, but if you're a divine feminine, you're definitely releasing them. We all do, in some way, shape or form. Learning to let go of the journey, to heal it by releasing it, giving it to God, not reaching out, not chasing, not trying to force things, and just allowing things to be. But isn't this interesting that in a previous lifetime you were an authority figure and you had control, and now in this life you are releasing yourself from control, and you are taking control by stepping out of the crowd, being authentic and being you. Very powerful. I hope that helps. Wow. Pile 2. So you've got phobias. Wow. Now you may have a phobia in this life. Okay, it could be something severe, it could be something mild, it could be something that brings in a lot of, disharmony in your life, especially in younger years. Maybe something was a lot worse before your spiritual awakening, because when we wake up spiritually, we may develop new phobias, but we may release old phobias. So, things that we once saw as a phobia, once we awaken spiritually, it doesn't affect us the same way, because we're seeing things from a much higher perspective. Now, sometimes as well, phobias in this life can be connected with how we passed in a previous lifetime. If you're scared of bees, for example, you may have been stung to death in a previous lifetime. If you're afraid of heights, you may have fell from a height and died in a previous lifetime. If there's many things, if you feel you don't like being trapped in a small space, you may have been enclosed in a small space. There's many things that happens. So this is reminding you that there's a reason for everything. Everything we overcome in this life has a basis in a past life. So phobias. So when we pray, we can heal those things. And the great thing is, as I'm doing this reading in real time, this energy we're in now, not only of 2022, but since we've moved out of the Lion's Gate, it's given us the power to face our fears and overcome our phobias and our struggles once and for all. So if you've had a phobia about something, you may be guided to face it during 2022. So you move forward into the new year feeling free of that thing, that phobia, that struggle that once has held you back. So very interesting, really resonates with me too. So I'm going to go to the book. Now, sometimes the book, it resonates, sometimes it doesn't. So take the message out, resonates with you. That's the message I've just given you, but this is an extra bonus message. So this card comes to you compassionately to help you connect the dots between current life phobias and past lifetimes. Often consciously remembering the past life source of your anxiety is enough to release that grip on you. The situation you're inquiring about has its basis in underlying fears or phobias. These fears are energy blocks which are slowing or prohibiting the results you desire. Phobias have to do with the impulse to have complete mastery over situations that are out of your control. They also bring up many trust issues. So once again, just like pile 1 really resonates with the divine feminine journey and the twin flame journey about releasing control and trusting the universe, trusting your twin flame, trusting that what will be for you in this life will be for you in this life, and not doubting that. Your higher self and your unconscious mind know the original source of any phobia that you may have manifested. And remember, these are all held in the Akashic records. So you can access this at any time through meditation or breath work. You can unearth the origins of these phobias through a past life regression or even through dream work. So you can call on the angel, especially Archangel Jeremiah, because he's the angel connected with lives. So you can call on him to come to you in a dream and help you to release your phobia or your fear or something you're struggling with in all directions of time. For example, as you're falling asleep, ask your higher self to give you information that you'll remember upon waking that's related to the phobia. But also make sure you're asking for it to come to you in a very harmless way, so it doesn't bring in fear or struggle or worry when you are conscious. By directly confronting your underlying fears, you can lessen their hold on your unconscious. It's all about awareness. And it's so true. It's the fear that's worse than anything, the build-up. I've got fears over things like wasps and going on roller coasters and even sometimes swallowing food. And it's all connected with previous lifetimes. But when we face things head on and we don't allow the fear to grasp and take control, we take back our control in a healthy, very relaxed way. And the angels will help you to do that. I hope that helps. Wow. Pile 3, welcome. So the message for you is high priest or priestess. Wow. So there's some form of religion in your lifetimes. Now, religion could be Christianity or Buddhism or something else entirely. It could even be working with the earth, like, witchcraft or paganism or, any of these things. So you've been seen as a very high high person in some kind of culture or religion in the past. So people have looked up to you for guidance, for help, for support, and you've brought that into this lifetime because you are a leader, you are a light worker, you're an earth angel, and you speak your truth. And the thing is, in previous lifetimes, we may have been punished for this, for being classed as a witch or a Wiccan or a magician or a guru. We may have been burnt at the stake, we may have been hung, we may have been tortured, and we do bring those fears into this lifetime, fear of being out in the open, being our authentic self. And that's why sometimes we remain stuck in a job or in a relationship that isn't serving our soul, and that may resonate with your twin flame journey because your divine masculine may just be doing that right now. But this is saying to you, you have been before someone in power, someone who may have used psychic skills or abilities to get what you want. So if you're very into the earth, or into working with angels or crystals, or, you like Halloween or you love magic or anything like that, as we all do, then this is showing you that you've got a link with magic in a previous lifetime and you've seen yourself in a very magical way. So you've been looked up to. So you may be a leader in this life, which most of us are, but you're leading and guiding and setting an example and showing the way. So you've brought those skills into this lifetime to help the world. But there may also be some underlying fears that you are releasing because of the way you may have passed in a previous life, where again there may have been punishment of some kind. So you also have to forgive yourself for things you feel you may have done in this lifetime and know that you are safe. So I'm going to read you what it says in the book. And again, these books are a bit hit and miss. So that's the message I've just given you, but take this how it resonates with you, okay? So high priest or high priestess. And this could also be you and your twin together. You know, especially if they are kind of in a position of power in this life, it resonates with a past life. So you already know that you were a high priest or a high priestess during one or more prior lifetimes. And remember, this is the high priestess energy, you know, connecting with your intuition and your higher self. Most people who have held these roles have a conscious sense of it. You've also retained your heightened spiritual knowledge, which this card is urging you to put into greater practice. So in other words, you have a mission here to help the world and show the world who you are. It says it's time for you to reignite your spiritual power and use it in service of your divine mission of healing, teaching, and helping the world. This card urges you to release any insecurities you may have about your spiritual abilities or any fears about others knowing your beliefs. So there's definitely that feeling of you may have been punished in the past life for, you know, speaking your truth, or even they're giving me speaking in tongues and all these things. You know, we channel messages, we just allow those things to come. Like people may have said, oh, you know, you're a devil worshipper, or crazy things. And, you know, those things can come in this lifetime. You know, I get that a lot on here. People saying that I worship the devil and all kinds of crazy things. But remember, that's their perception of me and what I'm doing. And that's none of my business. Just like what you're doing is none of anybody else's business, but it's none of your business what they think. You know, we're always going to get judged when we do this kind of work because we're helping the world and we're operating in love, not fear. So that's what we need to do to continue our mission and to continue to shine. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.